sensors, which you will see in a minute. I think that's the best part of it. So see the way the surface looks really tidy? That's because they use something called a fairing coat, which is a breathable membrane all over the structure. I keep telling not to lock the moisture in, but they won the argument in the end, saying somebody is putting 1.3 million into the structure, politicians. It needs to look good when it finish. Otherwise people can challenge it, saying, what did they do? They were here for two months. They left it as messy as ever before. I mean, what did they invest? So I had to concede that they apply fairing coating all over. It looked tidy then. So this is, see all the lines that you've seen before, all of it's gone because fairing coating did the wonder. It was all after repair, okay? Northern Ireland is exceptionally beautiful. You can see the mountains at the back and snow on the ground. That's snow, it's not sand. So that's how it looked when it finished. And they, in the end, they did what's called a load testing. I'm finished. We did load testing where they exposed the steel without closing some of it. And they put a 40-ton vehicle and they put strain sensors on the steel, and they could figure out mathematically using finite element model, they know what the stress should be, and they put the 40-ton vehicle and they realized actually it wasn't flexing an inch. There was no strain pretty much. But in the end they decided we will put in, although 28 tons it should take, mathematically should take perfect, and we know 40 tons won't fail. But we decided to go 18 tons because we didn't want to give people the opinion that it's free to carry 100 tons. So we put 18 tons, but in the calculation we know 28 is fine. Okay. That was all done by a contractor. I mean, where I stopped was the 7.5 ton 2-lane, but because they did all the extra work, they got the project and they changed it to 18. Okay, so that's the top of the expansion joint on the surface. Everything looks perfect for now. Anyway, so we'll leave it at that. We'll come back to this, because the way they finished it, they had the expansion joint and they put a rubber coating on the top, and they put rubber coating into the expansion joint, and this coating on the top prevented water from going in. And then they waterproofed all of the surface. Then they put the bitumen that you see. In addition to all of that, I was asked to put the sensors exactly there to see if they are working. And I'll show you after coffee, I'll show you the results from the sensor work. It's a bit more interesting than looking at the structure. Because what the road service was looking for is to see if their repair techniques altogether is working or not. They were happy to learn. They were happy to know that if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Their attitude is that is the best knowledge available now. If that's not good enough, that's what it is. That's not good enough. They don't take the view that, well, we should have done better. They take the view that if the techniques doesn't exist, that's what the technique is. It doesn't exist. So they're happy to be a bit more open about it, which is great. Okay.